Are you ready? Can crush us. It don't really get no better than this the podcast that you're looking for if you're really heavy into wrestling. Hosted by the Mark. Energy that's so amazing. Gotta keep it entertaining. Rep the Can Crusher Nation. Yeah, you know what's going down in the ring. Lights out when you hit a ding ding. Knock them out like boom bada bing. Hold it down, you can crown me the king. Got a shout out to the Miz and Duke the Dumpster. We choke slamming everybody. Power driving, hit them with a face buster. Yeah, this the show you need and it ain't no need for waiting. Mark, hold it down for the Can Crusher Nation. All about wrestling and keep it entertaining. Can Crushers Wrestling Podcast. Time to break them, let's go. Yeah. Can Crushers. Yeah. Can Crushers, let's go.
Hey, this is former WWE superstar Duke the Dumpster Drosy, and you are listening to the Can Crushers Podcast.
Ooh. You know what song I actually wanted to sing? The 1993, Whoa, it's WrestleMania. You know, I would love to play it, but we'll get fucking copyrighted.
We will.
By the way.
Can we Can Crusher Mania or something like that? Let's work on this for next year. We'll parody that song to do it for next WrestleMania.
Jenks, it's WrestleMania Day. As you're listening to this, it's WrestleMania Day before the WrestleMania Day. It's WrestleMania Day before the WrestleMania Day before WrestleMania Raw after. It's
a lot of WrestleManias, and we're in the season, people. This might be the greatest week in wrestling alive. There's shit happening everywhere, from SuperCard of Honor to Hall of Fame to indie shows to Stand and Deliver to WrestleMania looking like the Oscars with that amazing stage setup.
I know.
To Raw and SmackDown. That stage is so immaculate.
I'm going to spoil one right now if you've not seen it. I love that. What is that movie that Alexa Bliss is in? That's not the movie that she's in. Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman, yeah.
Pretty Woman. The old school movie.
Yep.
Well, they have Alexa Bliss in that. I just ruined it. Now you're like, oh, this is all you want to say? They have Alexa Bliss in that, like that movie frame. Shut up. Hi.
Fantastic. Great. Great description. Hi.
Ruined it all. I'm too deep. That's why. By the way, have you ever had black rum? It's Baruba, I think. It's from Turks and Caicos. I'm doing the tour.
You're doing a tour. You're going hard to the wall for WrestleMania.
I know. The mother-in-law went on this cruise and brought me rum back from every place that she went to. And I thought, I'm going to go with this one first because it's Turks and Caicos, which I'd like. I'm probably butchering that. But it's called like Barumba. And it's a black rum. Caramel, molasses, vanilla hint. It is unbelievable. And I have it with Coke. It's the only way I will drink rum. Rum is usually not my friend. As you can tell right now, it's been my friend today.
It's been your best friend today, it seems like.
Will you wait to hear my predictions?
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be fantastic.
I'll have two more in me by then.
I'm just going to sit over here jelly. I'm drinking my hot water and lemon in my Circle water bottle, which I ordered 9, whatever they're called, canisters for today. So I did that in the early morning hours.
Iced tea ones?
None.
What?
I went through the entire hydrate section, did all of those. I looked at the iced tea ones. I'm like, I can't be spending $50, $60 on just Circle water bottles. So I kind of backed off.
That would be a cheap order for us.
Well, I'm only one guy. I can't. Although, you want to hear how psychotic I've gotten with this? I'm now starting to think I need a second water bottle so I can do the tea and coffee, like caffeinated beverages, and then have the Circle for just hydrate. So I'll have 2 different water bottles and then I don't have to worry about switching things around. I'm being bougie and I'm accepting it at this point. But yeah, I've also tried to think of new ways to invent like a Circle holder. So like if you want to swap them out for different flavors and that, but still use the other ones, there's a way to hold them, have a stand to hold them and all that.
Oh,
Mine's working.
Yeah. Like if you want orange right now, but in an hour you want blackberry.
Blackberry, you can take the orange out, put it in the holder, put the blackberry in, and then just swap them out in and out. So I don't know how that would work, but also I don't know the sanitation aspect behind that.
That would be the.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out how that would work, but my mind's going.
So you're just gonna buy another bottle. Let's just come.
Yeah, I'm probably go. I will definitely buy another bottle. I don't know what I'm gonna buy. Probably a stainless steel one at this point because I feel like that's the best option.
The mega jug that I.
Yeah, the mega and that would be for the tea and coffee one. So I'd be sitting here just buzzed out of my mind. Even though I gave up coffee, it'll still be buzzed up out of my mind on just caffeinated sweet tea or whatever the lattes they got going on there.
Just sweet tea is the greatest.
That's what I've heard. So you have talked it up big time.
Yeah. If they're not a sponsor, they're going to be like, oh, wow, Can Crushers really loves this. We should just send them those.
I would be all about that.
I would be fine with it. That would save probably $75 a month.
Yeah.
That's what I order. So this weather sucks a big one. We're going to start right there.
That's accurate.
60s in the morning and like 60 in the afternoon. That's why the cockles are all of this. This is the worst time of the year. Like these next month and a half. I was going to say 2 months, but month and a half because it still can get frost and then it's 900 degrees in the afternoon.
Yep.
And it's wet.
Yeah,
This is where I want to quit every year because it's miserable.
It's the drizzle time, drizzle rain. It's not even full on rain. It's mostly, hey, we got a little sprinkle here, a little razzle dazzle here, and it's just
no fucking razzle dazzle.
It's just annoying. It just annoys it. Annoying as hell. So I get that completely. When you guys are listening to this tomorrow, I think there's supposed to be a big storm coming through the east.
Tornado of rain.
Tornado. It's hitting Midwest on Friday when we're recording. So God bless all of those in the Midwest that might be suffering, that might be going through it right now. But it's hitting our area tomorrow. So fun times.
Fun times had by all.
Yeah, I get to drive in it. So I'm just totally ecstatic on my end. So
speaking of driving.
Yeah.
It has happened.
What has happened?
No, it has happened. You've liked it. You said congratulations. The hairs have already become grayer. The anxiety has tripled all since Tuesday. The prodigal son, the golden boy, Ethan, has passed his driver's test.
We're proud of him. And
I had the Jeep after 3 o'clock every night.
He's got to go out and celebrate. He's got to go out and celebrate.
But the good thing is he's driving to work. It's just not like,
right.
If you can drive to work now, there's no reason for me to be up until 9 o'clock every night. Good night.
Good night. Take care. Have fun. Be safe.
Hasn't happened. Why hasn't it happened?
You're worried about him.
No, not at all.
Why?
I'm playing MLB The Show.
That's fair. Okay. I tried to give you the benefit, the Dad of the Year award, and you're like, no, fuck it. It's the baseball.
No Dad of the Year. I'm trying to get better than Soup, and it's just not happening.
You had a head start on him last week, didn't you?
Yeah, but he, the son of a bitch, took a day off of work because he had to go get his wife that was coming home on the airplane. So he took the whole day off, did that hour, boom, boom, to go get her and bring her back, and he played for like 19 and a half hours that day. I am way behind now.
Oh, shit.
So I don't even want to play against him. I'm like, hey, we're going to play. And he's like, I have 75 diamond players. All right. See you next year.
Bye. Good talk.
I'll play by myself again.
Oh, my God.
But otherwise, that's it. That's really all my week has been. There's nothing exciting going on. I've been getting jonesed up for WrestleMania. I can't wait to get into predictions. So essentially, second segment of this show, we're throwing everything together. We're going to round it all up. Go home show for Raw. Last week's SmackDown, which wasn't bad. No. And AEW, which was par. I like some stuff, and then some stuff was
Yeah, par for the course. And then, yeah, some stuff was good. Some stuff was like, are we going there again? What are we doing here? And some stuff is like, well, that should have been predictable, but it really wasn't. I guess we didn't see it. So.
Did you watch? No. I didn't even ask about your week. How was your week?
My week was fine. Worked Sunday pretty much the entire morning, and then got out early on Friday when we recorded this. So we're recording a little bit earlier, so we won't get smacked down on the tail end of this, guys. But
no, not at all.
It's
anything the tail end of it.
You're not getting
Mark passing out on the tail end of it.
That is true. You're getting Mark passing out. I'll be setting up for SuperCard of Honor tonight to watch some people just go balls to the wall in ladder matches and Kingo and Commando and all of the great matches on that. But we'll get there when we get there. The week was fine, just like yours. I think it was more of a lot of shit happening at work. Just trying to we went through a whole release structure in terms of our tool and all of our crap at work. So just getting that all out, doing training sessions around that. I have talked so much to the people at work that when I was done today at 11 or 12 doing the final presentation, I was checked out. I made it through the past 2 hours just answering emails and that, but good Lord Almighty, it's a lot of talking for somebody that needs to recharge on a nightly basis.
Did you just lock yourself in your office and like peaced out? Just leave me alone. Don't even come in here.
As soon as I logged out of the meeting, I'm like, all right, I'm in full introverted mode. I don't fucking care anymore. If I got to answer emails, I will, but I'm fucking done with this shit. And it happens because I talk for a half hour straight on these presentations just to go through all the updates that we did in that. So I'm just kind of like, fuck, man, got 2 more next week, but we're getting through it and we'll eventually get there. So hopefully it'll be a good week next week. But yeah, it was fine. Nothing to complain about this week. So
big day Thursday, as me and you really shouldn't be talking yet. We got 2 more real days of not talking because MLB started, and
yep.
Once it was 1-0 off the Singer's home run, I looked at Kelly and I'm like, well, there's that game. And she's like, it's the 3rd inning. I'm like, yep, and we're gonna go 0-162.
You know, it went
tapping out on the Tigers already.
It went well Thursday. It was only 4-0. It was
better actually than I thought. The over/under was 7.
Yeah, that's true. It was 7. I thought it was a good game for the most part, what it is. But hey,
listen, like Tampa's a good team. I'm going to give you hope and love and everything. Tampa's a good team. There's a possible wild card there. Like only giving up 4 runs on opening day from the Tigers. Listen, I have to take that. I understand that maybe we're not going to lose 100 games this year. That's my hope.
Yeah.
That's where I am. We still have, God love him. I love him to pieces. Favorite player of all time, Miguel Cabrera. Got $9,000 million trillion on his contract left. That's hurting us a little bit, but that'll be gone next year. Get some of the youngsters up and maybe have some money to spend. One more year. And then I think we actually start rebuilding, and they always are a higher end team for rebuilding, so they can spend a little bit more. But this year's tanking it.
Yeah, and I mean with the Tigers, they, like you said, they're a higher end team. They can get more veteran talent in there to kind of be a little bit competitive while they do the rebuilding process.
And listen, the AL Central is never great.
It's not.
Sorry.
Nobody's running with the AL Central. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
So the Tigers aren't in a bad position. I could see them finishing 3rd or 4th, realistically. Yeah. I don't think they're going to be a dead last team. And honestly, this may be because Austin Meadows played in Tampa for a little bit, but he looked great yesterday. So at least there's some bright spot there with Austin Meadows going. And he wasn't that bad on the Pirates either. So he's a good ball player. So yeah, on the curve too. Yeah, he's a good ball player. So he's definitely worthwhile.
Up last year.
Yeah.
Pitching staff was me, you, Moochie, and Cody.
Right.
So some people, and I'm not. This isn't because of whatever, but They had the injury bug big time last year.
Oh, yeah.
Again, not expecting him to win 100. I'm not expecting him to lose. If they finish 81-81, whoo-hoo-hoo, we're cracking another bottle of rum.
Take it as a win and run away with it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
The Pirates won the World Series yesterday.
Yeah?
Did you hear everybody on Facebook? God, it's one game. Now I'll spin it the other way because I know I just cried 0-162. Listen, Pirates fans, the only team that you're going to finish above is probably Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Cincinnati is terrible.
They're horrid.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
Them. Calm down.
It's the best that they can do and take the wins where you can get them. That's all it is. That's what the Pirates were doing there.
Besides Andrew McCutchen, tell me somebody on the Pirates.
Is Chris Archer still there? Or did he leave?
He left. Yeah.
Oh, Reynolds?
Yeah, that was way too long though.
It was too long. And the sad thing is, I just played my MLB show, and I play as a Pirates on there trying to rebuild them, and he's on the team. So I should have known that a little bit quicker than that. But you know,
Keep Ryan Hayes, O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't name a pitcher though.
Well, my only guess was Archer. So.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
I don't know if it's you have hot topics.
There's been several things that have popped up. I guess if I go to the one that's probably standing at the top of my mind, Moxley responding to all the backstage bullshit that's been going on, and that was literally per se from him, is he's never seen so much bullshit drama in a wrestling company before. And that's pretty much all he had to say on it was it's a bunch of bullshit, it's a bunch of drama, and everybody's just acting like a bunch of jackasses around it. So,
yeah, he essentially says everybody grow the fuck up.
Yep.
Essentially, that's what he's saying. And I support him. Listen, like he cares what I think, but I support him because
Agreed.
It is just it happened a long time ago now.
Yep.
Just stop bringing it up. And as of today, I saw there was an agreement for Punk to go back to AEW. Listen, but now it's kind of a little helter-skelter again because of the whole social media stuff that came back up that they don't know yet again.
Yeah.
It's still going to happen. Because Chicago is months away yet for All Out. So that's
There's
what's
still
going to happen.
time. There's still time for this all to, yeah.
We can lick our wounds, get back to normal. It'll be a year because I don't think he's healthy yet.
Oh, I don't think so either. I doubt he's healthy yet. He's 45, so it's a little bit longer to take the healing process in that.
Yeah,
and that's I know you know, but the injury itself is a fucking significant one.
Oh yeah,
to heal
it
from.
took Cody.
Yeah,
it took Cody a year.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Jay Leno. No,
Dave,
who was it? Dave Letterman that threw pens all over the place?
Was it? Yeah, I think it was Letterman.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm playing with a pen. Maybe because I'm half in the bag already. I don't know.
You're just all over the place. You're ready. You're pumped. You're excited. You're ready to go.
I am. I want to talk wrestling. The only thing I brought to the table for a hot topic this week is Bayley is really watching what Mercedes is doing and says, you don't need the WWE flag to make tons of money.
Yeah.
What does she mean? Does this now say when her contract is up? And I think there's a great working relationship between Bayley and the WWE, without a doubt. This must be me stirring the pot. But does Bayley test the waters now? She sees that Sasha's making bank.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I think it's too tempting of an offer not to at least explore it. And it's not just Bayley, but everyone on that roster, because now we're not seeing WWE as the be-all, end-all where you can make money. We're now seeing WWE could almost be used as, okay, now I've made my name in the business. I can just go out to the indies or go out to New Japan or even AEW and make a shit ton of money because I've come through WWE and I made even the slightest impact. If I put on good matches, at least in WWE, and people respect what I'm doing, there's still going to be a market to make decent money out in the indie circuit. So we've seen WWE, not saying it's turned into a full developmental brand or anything like that, but it's become almost a pathway that wrestlers can use and say, okay, I can go make money over there and I don't have to deal with the bullshit of now apparently Vince McMahon being back. I don't have to deal with that bullshit. Yep. So I can go and do something else and have full creative control of my character, right, wrong, or indifferent. Bayley would make bank. You know, a lot of these women that have been there for several years would make bank. Alexa, if she decided to take that and run, although she can sing like a son of a bitch, so I don't think she needs to even fucking go back to wrestling. Just go sing with her husband. Go sing with your husband and make millions of dollars that way. Nothing wrong with that. She's got a great voice. But Asuka can go back to the indies and do this. You know, if Bianca, and I'm not saying Bianca would leave, but if Bianca got frustrated, she could walk out of there and just go make bank somewhere. So I think it's just opening the opportunity window and saying, guys, your pathway to money, if that's all that's driving you, is not at WWE. It's everywhere. Take it and run.
I almost wonder, because this has been a kind of a hot topic since Cody's returned to the WWE. Because listen, to me, and I think it's happened before. Listen, Lex was on both, you know, so money was changed hand there. You had Rick Rude,
Yep.
But recently, to me, when all of this started, Cody left frustrated as as Stardust.
Stardust, yep.
Went to the NWA, rekindled all of that. He was that with all this and everything.
Yes.
Oh, and then he started a company.
Oh, yeah, randomly. Just
with his buddies, build himself back up there. Then WWE came knocking to him.
Yeah.
Essentially, he went knocking too, but listen, who's getting paid? Cody's getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
He's not paying the WWE. So Cody wins the battle of everything going on. Could Cody go back to AEW tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, he wins. That's not my prediction. I'm just saying, if he would win the title, peace out, AEW's taking him back. Same thing with Impact. Or he could go back to New Japan. Cody now, he 1 year contract at a time if he wanted to.
Yep.
And you're going to see that with Sasha. And I think you're going to see it more. I think the long contracts coming to an end.
I think so too. And it's going to be not at the WWE's not going to like it. AEW's not going to like it. No company's going to like it. But people, this has now become a talent.
Superstars then.
Exactly. This has now become a talent marketplace versus a company marketplace. When we talk about, let's be honest here. When we look at from the territory days when they ended up until this point, the companies controlled, even in the territory, the companies controlled what happened with the superstars talent, the fame. We're moving into such a new era of professional wrestling where it is going to become the talent makes decisions where they go, and the company's just the namesake and the vessel that they deliver their craft to the audience, which I think is absolutely exciting if the companies allow for the flexibility to do it. WWE is not going to, because they're going to lose their superstars. They're losing their developmental brand. They lose every ounce of control that they've ever had. AEW, they do allow people to...
Because we'll talk about that.
Yeah. AEW, there's a lot going on there with that. You know, Impact allows people moving in. AEW does allow people to do indie shows and that, but they like their control over their talent. There's things there, but we're now seeing this is going to end up becoming a talent-oriented business. And unfortunately, no matter how big you are, if you try to stranglehold your talent into place, you're going to lose a grip and you're going to start losing bank quickly because that talent won't re-sign that contract. They'll move on unless they have an affinity for your organization. They're not going to stay.
Yeah, it's going to be, hey, I want to go see Cody Rhodes. Where is he? Is he at WWE or hey, Mercedes Moné is in town. Oh, who's he in town? Oh, who's she in town with? I don't know, but Mercedes Moné is what's on the,
Marquee.
Martinez Wrestling Federation.
Yep.
So nobody's going to care what they're going to see pretty soon.
Oh yeah. It's not, and it's just going to be injection of talent. And honestly, that is the best thing that could happen for the indies. And if you
and the bigs too.
Yeah.
Honestly, the bigs, if they would do it right,
they would do it
every
well,
big could run perfectly on 1-year contracts.
Oh yeah, they could. But that's the key statement. If they do it right, and if they're willing to allow that flexibility and have the 1-year shorter term contracts. If they're not, they're going to start booking themselves into corners and taking themselves right out of the running, and that's when you start losing that profitability in that.
Yep. Yeah, and Jenks brought it up. Vince is officially back with the WWE. It came out yesterday, 2-year contract with the WWE.
According to the SEC filing earlier this year. So.
And then Nick Khan says, hey, the only one making any decisions at the WWE is Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
So will we make it through Mania? This is our tease. Will we make it through Mania without Vince's hand being seen? Because as of right now, I will still go back to 6-8 months and say this is all Trips. And Trips is doing a great job. Will we see something come this weekend and we're like, that's got Vince all over it?
And I'll be pessimistic enough to say yes. But what?
And we'll talk about that in the third segment.
Exactly.
I will be pessimistic as well.
Yeah.
Ready?
Set.
Collar and elbow. Hats, hoodies, tees, all the cool stuff that also the hooligans have down there. Go and buy stuff. Use the promo code Can Crushers. All one word. Capital C and Can. Capital C and Crushers. Save 10%. Jenks, where can you listen to us at?
You can listen to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere under the sun that you want to fill your ear holes with our beautiful voices on a weekly basis.
I love your ear holes.
Love yours too.
Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all of them are at CanCrusher69. Slide into our DM if you want to be part of the show, or CanCrusher69@gmail.com. By the way, emails are old now. Do you know this? Like nobody emails anymore either. It's not cool, the email.
We never said we were hip with the cool trends, guys.
I wouldn't mind sending a letter to like Sergeant Slaughter saying, hey, will you come on Can Crushers?
Right? I would be the same way. That would be the craziest.
You don't do that, Dad.
No, do it.
All right.
I'll say do it. I'm sure if Sergeant Slaughter, which I think he does, has a website, you'll find a P.O. box on there for letters in that. I definitely believe that.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh my God, a podcast wrote to me. These guys must be as old as I am.
Let's do it. Let's see what these maggots do.
We are. All right. When we come back, the entire week of professional wrestling before we get into what we really want to this week. And it's all out WrestleMania. So be prepared for a quick trip around the week.
Wrestling. A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. The wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. Collar and Elbow is the brand. Passion and love for wrestling is the drive. I am Al Snow, and this is Collar and Elbow, the wrestling brand.
Hey everybody, this is Gilbert, WWF's longest reigning light heavyweight champion. And you're listening to Can Crushers Podcast, the best guys are out there.
Welcome back, Can Crushers. It is Mark the Mark, Sir Michael Jenks. We didn't do that in the first segment because we were just I'm so excited about what's going on. Quick wraparound for the week. And Jenks, can I say this first?
Do it.
We're essentially 365 or odd days, maybe 370 days away from WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. I'm going to need crack, Adderall, whatever the one that keeps you awake for the whole week because, listen, I'm going to steal your thunder. I don't know what you're going to say, but I was on Twitter and all the socials, and there's shows at 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. One of the wrestlers I just wrestled 3 matches in 4.5 hours. I'm going to take a nap because I have to wrestle again in 5 hours, a mile down the road. That's going to be me, not wrestling. I just need to hit every.
You better be wrestling. I mean,
maybe ring announcing because I am the voice of high ground professional wrestling.
And they may have a show in Philadelphia or around Philadelphia.
Fuck, I didn't even think of that.
Dude.
Holy shit.
It could happen. And maybe I just maybe I do a run-in and just screw you out of your announcing duties and take over for the rest of the night.
That's fine. And then I just hang out with the bad fellas.
Look at this.
I have a tattoo appointment.
Oh, what are we getting on you?
I can't tell you because it's actually a surprise. There was a hint, but it's somebody that's really important to me right now. Just done a lot.
Okay.
She should understand if she listens to this. If not, Donnie Bambino will tell her, holy shit, Mark's really going to get this.
Fair enough. Here, I thought you were talking about me, but okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but high ground professional wrestling could,
it could be.
Philadelphia, we're doing a show. Nathaniel, make it happen.
Hey, I'm waiting to hear this announcement now. I'm hoping that this happens in Philadelphia and you're ring announcing because I want to be there for it.
Son of a bitch. That's awesome. But yeah, I can't wait for next year to legit spend the week, and I'm going all out. This might be the only WrestleMania. I'm 46. This might be the only WrestleMania I make it to. I'm taking a fucking loan out and going. Probably won't go to WrestleCade next year. I'm saying that's how much money I'm going to spend.
Well, it's going to be a big.
I already know how much I spent for this year's WrestleCade.
At one time.
Boom.
Oh, Lord.
I just have it in me. I'm excited. All right, let's talk about AEW. Because listen, this all leads to WrestleMania. No disregards AEW. We love you. We love everything you've done. It's WrestleMania season. We need to kind of skim over this. By the way, didn't watch it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch AEW Access?
I didn't watch it yet. I have seen clips of it, and it's been very. I don't know what the proper term for.
Kelly says it's emotional.
I've heard
you watched it before I did.
I've heard it's emotional. I've also seen clips that it's very much calling people out for some of the bullshit that they pulled.
Well,
and so it's definitely got its reality-based moments in it, for sure.
Yeah. I think it leads to another match at some point down the line. Depending, because we did hear, listen, Adam Cole, healthy. He wrestles in this main event on Dynamite. Britt Baker, not healthy.
Yeah.
Is injured. And it's getting worse.
Yeah. So we have to see. It sucks big time. So now what does that look like for the future? What does it look like for storylines? What does it look like for Britt's career? We're playing all of those cards right now, so we'll have to see how this progresses here. But very much sucks.
All right, just to randomize, what do you want to talk about? What is big on your? This is what we're going to do essentially for this week in wrestling. What is the big thing that you want to talk about on Dynamite?
Well, I'm just happy that they've acknowledged that Don Callis flopped last week to Adam Page, so I wanted to call that out.
I think enough people called it out that they're like, oh fuck, we can't have it be a story.
Yeah, there's just no way that's too hokey to be a story. However, the cut that he sustained that apparently showed his skull is probably one of the biggest takeaways from it. And I wasn't surprised as many people were that Bryan Danielson turned on Kenny Omega.
Not at all.
I don't know why people were shocked by this. I'm sitting there like, this is what I expect. He's joining his friends.
Right.
I'm not.
Why would he come out to save Omega?
Exactly. It made no sense to me whatsoever. It was a Trojan.
I was so pissed.
And they were.
They didn't see it. They didn't see it. Like, hello, St. Louis. Are you that? St. Louis is a big wrestling town. Like, they were a big part of territories and everything.
Yes.
Are you that oblivious to stories?
They
and if we have fans in St. Louis, I apologize. It's not you. It's the other people in St. Louis. Thank you.
I would agree, but the fans ate that hook, line, and sinker. Then Twitter ate it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm sitting here like, am I the only person that was like, he's not going to fucking join Kenny Omega? He came to AEW to wrestle Kenny Omega, not be friends with him. So
I know.
I'm excited about that. Yes.
For Bryan Danielson to be the IWGP US champion.
Yes.
Like, when does this happen?
I can guarantee you it will not be on free TV again.
Oh, it better not be.
It can't be. I want full on 60-minute. I want 59 and a half minute classic with these two for the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship.
By the way, for TV match, I loved Omega and Jeff Cobb. I never expected Cobb to win.
Right. But it was a very solid TV match, and it was very good. Yeah.
Yeah. The other stuff, Jungle Boy and Matt Hardy, the match itself, we got Hook coming out for Ethan Page, and there's this, they did the match for Hook and Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Because Jungle Boy and Matt Hardy have nothing to do with each other from here on out because MJF comes out.
Yep.
And this is the right move. If this is the match that we're getting first, I'm all right with. I don't want next week Sammy to come out and bitch. Because last week we had Darby, this week we had Jungle Boy. Because then there's no other place for them to go but a four-way.
I unfortunately think they are going to the four-way. I think every week we're going to have a showcase match. It could even begin again as we're recording on Friday night. Takeshita and Guevara. MJF comes out, cuts a promo, even though he's Mr. Dynamite.
No possible way he's on Rampage. No. I understand it's against the Hall of Fame and everything else. No fucking possible way. I'll eat crow if he's on Rampage.
I guess we're going to have to see tonight because this is the first time Rampage has had one match that's like, I need to tune in. We've talked about this. We've been waiting for it. It's one match, but we want to tune in for this one match and say, holy shit, is this going to be good? Now, it could be a pre-tape promo by MJF too, but we'll have to see where this comes up and how it folds out. Or let's take it one step further. It's like they always do to build up somebody for a match on Dynamite. They throw him a Rampage match, throw him a bone on Rampage, bring him back to Dynamite, and then it sets up an angle on Dynamite and executes upon it. It's how they have always done it with people, just to get people reminded of their skills and all that. So it's very possible they do it that way too.
This is a match Takeshita gets the win, I would think. Because listen, he still hasn't gotten a win for me to say, And the win over Sammy's not going to be like, for me.
Yeah.
But it's Sammy. And then Sammy gets, I don't know, you on Wednesday night, destroys you, and then calls out MJF.
I would assume it's Takeshita. I'm assuming it's Sammy to build Sammy momentum going into Wednesday night. Takeshita, I think they're throwing a bone here because I only hinted around this to Mark. When we talked SuperCard of Honor for a little bit, brief through, there was a match proposed that came out just as we're recording that Takeshita was supposed to be a part of. So there's a little hint for you. and now it's not happening. So this might be just throwing him a bone and saying, hey, here's Sammy. It's a great matchup for you. It's a compromise. At least you'll have it on Rampage as a match. So, but I just think it's Sammy. They're going to build Sammy up, get him a win Wednesday. MJF cuts the promo. Then we do the whole cycle with Darby again, and then we're playing Fatal 4-Way at Double or Nothing.
Touche. I was annoyed with Orange Cassidy and Butcher. Way too much happening. And again, can we get Orange a real competitor? Not that Butcher's bad.
Yeah.
But nobody thought this was going to happen. Everybody and his brother saw it. Like, when is this going to... Orange having a title now is like too much for me.
So it's interesting. I did see that. I think Orange, it has now surpassed whoever was the previous record holder of most successful title defenses by a single male in the company. It was 17 now. He's at 17 now. I think it had to have been Jericho or Kenny Omega at 16. But I would agree it's a lot having Orange out here every week defending the title. But I think it's also putting the International Championship in the workhorse title, Intercontinental belt reign.
It's the NWA TV title.
Yeah, it's your workhorse title, which I actually appreciate. And I like that Orange Cassidy has it. I don't think it needs to be defended every week, though. Right. I think it could be I loved John Cena's Open US Challenge. I thought that was great from week to week, month to month, and that. But it's John Cena on TV every week defending that title. Don't get me wrong, Orange Cassidy is a great talent, but he's not a John Cena level talent carrying this belt. I think he can wrestle every week. He just doesn't need to defend the title every week. So he can fight Butcher in a one-on-one match. Great. Butcher gets the win. Make it an eliminator match every other week. Right. Butcher gets a win. Then Orange Cassidy defends it. Yep.
I'm all right with that.
And then it lets Orange Cassidy also get losses, kind of shakes up the matches. You don't know what's going to happen. Because honestly, the match with Jeff Jarrett was great in its own right with Jarrett's age and that. I think it would have benefited if Jarrett won an eliminator match and then faced Orange Cassidy, because I think it would have taken it one step further to push that title match even further. So I think they're just leaning on the title defense is a little too hard for it.
Agreed. Willow and Ruby, we get the Riho and Sky run in. Jamie is here this week. Britt is not until 5 seconds later. So my question is, why didn't Britt come out too? And I understand her boo is in the next match, but
I think it goes back to our discussion about the injury. Britt must be no contact at this point, where she can't touch anybody.
Not part of this.
Yeah, she can't be a part of this until she's medically cleared. So that's pretty much what happened there. It was what it was. I didn't know Jamie was defending against Riho at any point in time, but that's happening. So cool.
Is that the biggest thing you're looking forward to next Wednesday?
That's just what I'm excited about. That's
good for you. I want to see the Guns against FTR next week.
I want to see Guns versus FTR. I'm trying to be as sarcastic as possible, because if you're not looking forward to Guns FTR, what are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
Because that's it. It dictates to us what is going to happen next week and what the contract status is.
The right thing, or I'm going to be pissed.
Well, yeah, agreed. And let's be honest, FTR loses, you'll see them in 48 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So
SmackDown,
48 hours later, you're going to see them. But if they win, okay, great. We'll see them every week now. Fantastic.
And the titles are there. And then you get the Bucks back. Then you get Acclaim back. I mean, there's built-in mega rivalries for them, which I'm excited.
Yeah.
And even the rest of the Empire or the Embassy or whatever, because
whatever's left. Yeah, Brian Cage is going to walk right with FTR if that happens. Or
So it was a good return match for Adam Cole. I don't know if Garcia was the one. I was so excited for it. I don't know if he was the one that we wanted. I would have rather see him beat the snot out of Parker or Menard.
I would have liked a lower level.
That's where we're going, because we're clearly going.
We're going that way. I think it was the best way possible they could bring him back. I think they trust Garcia enough to protect him in the first match. I think that's the direction we went here. Because I agree with you. I would have liked to see Parker and Menard get fed to him first, and then we'll have Garcia be like, I'm sure they have a TV special that they're going to come up with here in the next few weeks. They could have fed Garcia to him at that point. But yeah,
Double or Nothing. It's looking like it's going to be Cole and Jericho.
Jericho just had to find his way into relevancy again.
Why? Like, listen, and I didn't know this, by the way. Jurgles is like right outside of Pittsburgh. Fozzy was there as recording last night. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Have you ever heard of Jurgles? I
have not. So
it is a dive bar where like bands go, and like Fozzy's. I don't want to say is like big, but they're relevant enough.
Yeah.
As they're transitioning from here to there, there's been bands like Aerosmith and Kiss and Poison and that makes a stop at this shit bar. They made a stop at this shit bar last night before they're heading wherever they're heading to WrestleMania, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. And like they were there. I would have went. Would have went to sing Judas and then left.
Yeah. Judas will do Lights Come On and then fuck out of there, because I know two. I'm sure there's a third Fozzy song, but I only know two of them off the top of my head. So
that's it. All I have with Dynamite.
The only thing I'm going to say is BCC or whatever the hell Adam Cole.
What are you watching on TV?
Adam Page called him BBC during his promo on Wednesday. So I had to call that out. But hey, guys, come on. Don't beat up the boys. Dalton Castle and the boys like this. We need the Peacock entrance, at least.
Done.
I knew it was a squash, and then you got ruined just give us the Peacock entrance. Jesus Christ. But nothing else on there. I just wanted to throw that little fun tidbit in there.
SmackDown. Rolling right into it. We finally get Ray. I actually liked this. Listen, I hated this thing the whole time. But he's defending his wife. He could have given two shit that he hated his sister and he was going to punch his sister.
Yeah.
But it was the wife moment of saying, shut up to your mom. He comes back and lays out Dom. Am I excited for the match? Tune in for that in the third segment.
Listen, siblings fight, so why would he care about the siblings getting into a fight? I did like the mom thing, and I love that he just walked right up and socked him right in the face. And Michael Cole's reaction to this whole thing. Michael Cole, on another level, we've said this for several months now, his reaction to Dominic finally getting popped by Ray was just chef's kiss. It was fantastic.
Zaya and Lacey comes out against Nat and Shotzi. Did we think anybody besides Nat and Shotzi were getting into this Fatal 4?
No. There's no way you think outside of that.
And then it kind of turns into a 5-team. But then on Monday they say, nope, never mind. We're going to pull it back. Ronda's hurt. From all I've read is like her elbow is completely blown out and da-da-da-da-da. We're still getting her on Mania, though. She's still going to get on this show. Again, predictions to come now, but...
Yeah. Predictions to come, but I have a strong feeling that if there's any activity by that team, it's going to be mostly by Shayna with a cameo by Ronda. That's all I'm going to say on that. I think Ronda may have WrestleManias written into her contract that she has to be a part of. And if she's coming to the end of this contract, they're probably like, well, let's not try to extend this any longer than we want it to be extended. So that's pure speculation. I have no knowledge.
That's the hope. I would love that.
I have no knowledge of that, but that's my speculation on that one. But yeah.
KO show with Sammy was awesome. They get attacked. listen, we're really fast forwarding all this because you guys understand. You watched it.
Yeah.
In the Cody Kaiser match, I actually liked it. Even with the little bit, I love Cody working with people essentially like his body frame. That sounds weird. His body frame, like I could see Kaiser skipping out on Gunther in time and getting a push. Like this was a good match before shenanigans and everything happened.
Well, yeah, shenanigans were afoot from get-go, but I would agree with you, and I want to see more of these matches where Cody is showcasing the talent that are in factions or anything like that. Like he did this with Gable. We knew Gable was good,
right?
But he did this with Gable a couple weeks ago. He's giving different people opportunities to wrestle on the big stage when they just wouldn't do that. Kaiser, another perfect example of it. Such a great talent. He's relegated, nothing wrong with Imperium. He's just relegated into the role he's in right now with Gunther. We're going to start seeing more and more people exposed by potentially the world champ. We don't know yet. So we'll have to see. Predictions to come, though. Who knows?
Sprinkling.
Sprinkling.
We have one more show to get through. Unless you have anything else on SmackDown.
No, there's nothing else on SmackDown. We're ready to go.
They announced that Austin Theory and Cena are going to be the very first match of WrestleMania. Either Cena wins to get everybody pumped up, or he's going to a different lot to finish.
Cena's got to go back to Australia, I think, and so he's got to get out of there as soon as possible. So
he's doing the whole Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
I hated Raw. I don't even care if we talk about it. Like, I hated Raw. This whole Lita, Becky, and Trish thing, I don't even want to reveal because you just understand where it's coming from. Like, there's just shenanigans coming. You see it because some people can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe they've been out of the business too long to have the good way of hiding it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Horrible to say to a Hall of Famer of that status, but
there's no poker face. There's no poker.
There's
nothing. They're not even close on this.
Resting Trish face.
Yeah. Yes.
God, it's a week away and you've already given away the story. Becky beats Io, by the way. Seth and Ali. Okay, good. I am excited that Chelsea has a partner, and I'm glad that it's a Glock Sonya Deville. This makes sense. Whatever is up with Carmella.
Yeah.
You're in my wishes. I love you. Go forward. I hope it's that you're pregnant again and you don't want to take any risks or anything. That you are doing stuff at WrestleMania. Cool. I'm glad. So I'll have to settle for my second favorite team then, of Chelsea and Sonya, because I've been a Sonya fan. I've said it years ago that she should have sniffed the title at least once by now.
Yeah.
But listen, with what's coming up, I don't know. What do you think of this team as we're fast forwarding?
Listen, I'm in the same boat. I love Sonya. You're the first person I thought of when Chelsea made WrestleMania and Sonya was added, and they're both on the same team. However, I personally, I'm sitting here looking at what this showcase match is, and it's pretty obvious what the one team that's going to dominate this looks like. So we're just kind of biding time.
The weigh-in was ridiculous.
Yes.
Absolutely ridiculous. The 8-man tag match. Listen, there's nothing else I want to talk about. You tell me what you want to talk about, because it just... Yeah.
There's no surprises from Raw. I think they just... It was their go-home Raw show.
Really go home. It was like, don't
really
watch
go home.
Just go home.
They were struggling. I think their biggest selling point was to put the 6-woman tag on display to kind of push that along and have Cody and Solo. What happened in between those two bookends, whatever happens, happens. That's all it was. And Cody and Solo was a good matchup. But if anybody thought Solo was winning this,
After he told him last week, you're not
ready.
Yet. Yeah.
It was going to end one of two ways. Solo was going to get its shoulders pinned to the mat, or the Bloodline was going to attack Cody and no DQ. It would have been no DQ, or it would have been a disqualification win.
Yeah.
But they didn't even go that route. They put Solo and gave him his first loss.
Boom. Yeah, ever. Boom. See you later. Yeah. What does that say for Cody at WrestleMania? Let's stir the pot.
Yeah. Does that mean Cody's not getting that signature win, so he had to pick up the one on Monday Night Raw?
Signature win? Solo? Nothing. No disrespect against him. He's going to be an amazing heavyweight champion in time. He's going to be Umaga 2.0. He is that, and all of that. Is that a trade-off, though, for what may or mayn't happen?
Yeah, being a WWE trivia answer is not the trade-off you want to be if you don't win the world title. That's all I'm saying. It's not at the same echelon or level as the World Heavyweight Championship.
Touche. All right, there's a lot to get into WrestleMania. We're going to have fabricated stories.
It's prediction time with the Can Crushers, baby.
We both just have this WrestleMania planned our own different way.
So, we're ready.
Oh, wait a minute. So here it comes.
We got to back up.
Segment 3. Jenks, are you ready?
There's still
ready as I'll ever be.
This is Donnie Bambino.
Happening.
One half
would be last night for you guys
and
listening.
You're listening to Can Crushers.
Whenever you guys
I don't know how you're
listening, it
listening.
has already happened. We're recording before ROH's SuperCard of Honor. Ton of great matches. We'll talk about it a little bit more next week. What we liked about it, what we didn't like about it. But matches galore, Mark. There's a lot of marquee matches on there, so we would be amiss not talking about this, but also remiss not talking about one match that apparently was supposed to happen and it's not happening due to injury.
So listen, we're going to pull our fourth wall down real quick.
Yeah.
We're not watching we're not watching SmackDown or the Hall of Fame live. There's no possible way.
No.
With this on.
There's no way. There's so many great matches that are ready. We'll run down the card. What's going to happen?
But hold on. I don't know when, and I'm going to say this I don't know when I'm going to get to SmackDown and in the Hall of Fame. Got stuff going on in the morning, and Stand and Delivers on at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I do want to watch that and roll it right into WrestleMania then. Okay. So there's no room for SmackDown or the Hall of Fame until Monday. And then at work.
Yeah, you're in a little bit better position I am, because tomorrow my day's shot until WrestleMania at night. So I'm making a trip down to Meadville. We're watching WrestleMania down there, but I got things going on. I got plans. We're doing stuff. We're going here, there, shaking babies, kissing babies. Yeah. Eating Applebee's, doing shit and whatnot. So I'm not even going to get SmackDown, Hall of Fame, or Stand and Deliver until maybe Sunday afternoon, possibly during the week next week. It's going to be hit or miss when I get it in. I'm working as well. So when do I sprinkle this? I know it's mind-blowing, but I'm going to be so far behind that I'm going to be trying to catch up all week with what's happening. Plus, you can't even take Monday Night Raw off because it's the night after WrestleMania, and they've been promising surprises this weekend through Mania night after.
Oh, that you watch this one.
Exactly.
I don't watch Raw at all. I only watch it Tuesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You're watching.
I don't want to see that Bob Smith, because I'm not even going to say a name to throw it out there yet, that Bob Smith returns or comes from nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Bob Smith guy has been amazing for us, by the way.
Bob Smith is a prodigy in the business, has just been running rickshaw.
All right. Let's talk about Your Honor, Super Honor.
What's up, Gavels. All right. I'll run through the card. You tell me.
Kind of quick predictions, nothing really deep down, because we have a lot of WrestleMania.
We do. We have a ton of WrestleMania. We'll do quick predictions. We'll just run through the card. Our ROH Women's Championship match will start there. Athena versus Yuka Sakazaki. And I think I pronounced that horribly wrong. So I think it's close, but I don't think Athena's losing the belt here.
I don't think so yet either.
Yeah, so big legend match. There's a couple of them on the card. We're gonna hit them right in a row, but Tanahashi and Daniel Garcia. If your loins aren't thrilled by this, I don't know what to tell you guys. But what do you think of this match? Who do you think is gonna win this? Because this is a big moment for him, and then Yuta has a big moment coming up right after this. But this is a big moment for Garcia.
I think Tanahashi.
Yeah,
I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd love for it to spin back around to get Garcia and Yuta again off of all of this. I don't think it's ready yet. I think the JAS, listen, we talked about Garcia against Cole. I think the shtick kind of rubbed off a little bit too much on Garcia as a sports entertainer now and not a professional wrestler anymore. We need to slap him around and get him away from, like we said last week, away from the JAS.
Yeah, and I think this is a good way to start that transition. I think the full transition is going to take a few months and actually go to Forbidden Door too.
Yeah.
But until we get there, I'm agreeing with you. I think it's Tanahashi going to get that win here. The Pure Championship, this might be even more exciting. Wheeler Yuta versus Shibata. My God in heaven. I think Yuta gets the victory here with the Pure title, but this is a great match.
I do too. I really do. We're probably going to be right down the line on this one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad though if it was the other way.
I wouldn't either.
But I don't see them putting them on New Japan wrestlers yet. I don't, because it's still not. Listen, the ROH club still doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching it on Bleacher Report.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to pay the $39.99 watch on Bleacher Report. I don't need to sign up for the club yet. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I think the only way for me, I would love to see them swerve it, give Shibata the championship, and then put it on the Honor Club for a rematch. I think that would get people to your platform. I don't think they're going to do that though, but I think that would be a fun little twist to it. Yeah. But okay, Embassy versus this random ass team of AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik, who used to be Grand at one point in time in WWE lore. Why random ass team, and why are they winning, or are they winning?
Listen, they're winning. If they're in this match,
yeah.
Let's just put it this way, because we're gonna throw a swerve out to you guys. Whoever's facing the Embassy is winning, because the Embassy is no more. And this might be the first match of the night. Like, It's 7:15 when the Embassy loses. Brian Cage is like, "Hey WWE, how you doing Monday Night Raw?"
Yep, he's signing a contract and he's gone. The machine is gone. So
and I'm okay with that. Maybe him in a different look would do better. His whole AEW run, listen, Jenks, I hate to say this, was horse shit. Like, I liked him in Impact. What he did in AEW, maybe with Taz it was good. After that, both. Him and Lance Archer should go to the cheese line and collect cheese, because all right. So I'm saying the BCC beats the shit out of this grand team and is going to be your new 6-man champs.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they don't even drop them to these guys, and these guys get their asses kicked on the way to the ring, and the BCC takes over in the title match against the Embassy. I could see that happening too. But either way, Embassy's not walking out of here with the titles.
We'll pick anybody else, just not the Embassy.
Just not the Embassy. You pick them, we'll pick. You put them out there, we'll pick them. All right. Here we go. AAA Mega Championship. El Hijo del Vikingo versus Commander.
The son of the Viking.
The son of the Viking. Man.
I would bet the son of the Viking. This is going to be the technical, super amazing flying match of the night.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. But listen, the Viking just lost to Omega. I'm going to be that twist. The Viking's getting the win here.
Mm-hmm.
But there's going to be a lot of 2.999 counts to make you think the Commander's awesome as well. You're wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But this is the Vikings match because he just lost to Omega.
This is a candidate for match of the night and a show stealer if I've ever seen one. There's plenty of other matches that could steal the show as well, so I'm not going to say it is the show stealer of the night.
This one's going to be a fight.
This one's going to be a fight. This is going to be an aerial fight. Let's put it that way. Think of it as two 747s or whatever jet planes that are fighting in the military. I can't think of what their models are. F-15s. There we go. Two F-15s just going at it. This is what this fight is.
Red Baron just
they're going to town and fighting each other. That's what we're looking at in this fight. I would agree it's Vikingo. You're not going to put on a great match with Omega and then just drop the title a week later.
Right.
The only way that would happen is if he was signing with AEW, and I don't think that's the case. I think he's just here for a quick visit. How you do, dream match. Let me defend the title and go on our merry way.
This is where I think we might get a surprise.
Okay.
Andrade.
No, we could. Do you think it's Andrade? I don't know, though.
For AAA, at least to have Andrade back relevant, and at least if he loses against the Son of the Viking, at least he's back in business.
Yeah, fair.
Because it's for the AAA title. He could build it for the AAA title, but he's like, fuck it, I lost, but I'm coming back to AEW.
Yeah. The potential's there.
It is.
I don't know.
I want it because, God damn it, where's he been?
We need Andrade back. I don't care if it's in AEW. I don't care if it's in WWE. He just needs to be back and showcasing.
And Miro.
And Miro as well, who can't be complaining about losing Battle Royals. Let's just put that out there either. But anyways, I digress. Let's they have this in a weird order, but we're going to go. Let's go to the Reach for the Sky ladder match. The Kingdom versus Aussie Open versus Top Flight. Oh, that's why they're not with AR Fox. Now that makes sense. I totally forgot about that. Rush and Galactico. I think I said that butchered. And Lucha Brothers. I actually don't know who would walk out of here with the title. I feel like if I'm going to make the prediction now, I think it's the Lucha Brothers.
I would have to go there as well.
Yeah.
What I really want is Aussie Open.
Agreed.
But I think it would be a quick turnaround then to
someone else.
The Lucha Brothers.
Yeah.
Or, let me spin this 1 second. I know. Is this Top Flight to lose then finally to see if the fans are really behind them? Because, listen, ROH right now is developmental for AEW in ways.
Yeah.
For some things. This could be our Top Flight really going to be a tag team down the line. Let's throw them a bone and give them these titles. I don't know. I really think it's the Lucha Brothers. But I want it to be Aussie Open, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's Top Flight. Anybody else, I don't think has a chance.
Agreed on all of those fronts. I would take it to this step. Lucha Brothers win it here, but they judge reaction for Top Flight getting like the last touch of the title, get thrown off, and then we're getting Lucha Brothers Top Flight at some point in ROH for the tag titles. I think they build up that story to kind of do it that way.
If they build it up right, it probably could be pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So we'll see what happens with that. ROH World TV Championship, Mark Briscoe versus Samoa Joe. Does Joe lose the title to Mark here?
I hope not. I'm going to be that bastard, and I'm going to be that guy. We can stop now. We can stop.
Yeah.
And let Joe continue with the storyline that he was on. Because holy fuck, Joe has been thrown all over the place. I know that sounds like I'm a heartless bastard. I don't want it. But I truly think it's going to happen. So that's my prediction.
I think it's going to happen too. I would agree kind of with your sentiment. I think it happens, We get the emotional moment. It's fantastic. I don't think this is a long title reign, though. I think it's a 2-week or 4-week like Darby Allin's TNT title reign. Joe's going to come back in 2 weeks, take it back off Mark, and that's fine. I think let's give Mark the title. It's a nice little send off. Give him his singles title win. Nothing. We love them boys. We love the Briscoes. We love Mark. I just think that's how that's going to go for the time being. He'll get sent on his way, and then he'll do other stuff in ROH AEW. So
right. I agreed. Let him listen. Build a story, and then we'll be all. It's not that he's a great wrestler. He's a great human being. He's all of that. He's been in great stories, a la the dog collar match last year. Holy Christ.
Yep.
Just giving him shit to give shit. Okay. I'm a bad person right now. I understand that.
No, that's fine. I think we can all sit down and say this match, this win, this build is in memoriam to Jay. It's really for that aspect of it. Where it goes after that, we can move on. I think this is more of a closure point. Let's close out what has been essentially a rough 3 months for Mark Briscoe.
Agreed.
In the sense of there's not really any replacement for losing your brother or a family member, but at least this is a nice little way to wrap up what has been a struggle 3 months. Yeah. So, all right.
By the way, I forgot to tell you, I had like a lot of leak dip prior to recording too, and now I'm starting to like not regurgitate or anything, but burp a little bit. And so now I have the rum and the leak dip mixing together.
So I've had no dip, but I'm burping very much over here as well. So I'm kind of like trying not to burp into the microphone on my
I
head.
don't care. Yeah, listen, I'm just trying not to get the leak dip on the microphone for next week.
That'll be a lovely smell when you come back to it.
God.
All right.
Go ahead.
Final match for ROH World Championship, and then I want to go back to the one I've been teasing. Claudio, Eddie. Is this Eddie's
I really want
song?
Eddie. Listen,
I want Eddie too.
Because that makes because we could have Yuta's got the pure title. Who is going to be the three taking the 6-man titles, as we say? I think it makes more sense for Mox, Danielson, and Cesaro. Claudio to do it. That wasn't even to do it, because then he fought a match. You could just spin this a different way. Yeah. It was really a fight. And then just let Claudio ride away without worrying about this title, because he got something else going on.
Yeah.
And let Eddie run ROH for a while. I think it'll be so much fun.
I completely agree with you, and I'm 100% behind the Eddie train. And it was the exact same thought process you had on that, because you're right. Who the hell are they going to put in the 6-man if BCC is the ones that are actually going to end up with these titles? Obviously, probably Mox. Yuta's going to have a hell of a fight. I don't think they're putting Yuta. I could see Daniel Bryan, or damn it, fuck, I did it too. Bryan Danielson.
Good.
God damn it.
Every time.
God damn it. All right, Bryan Danielson. Claudio gets the excuse. We're going to see it, but I don't think they put Yuta in that predicament. So I think it's those three that kind of have to go through the title, get the title if it happens tonight. But
Yuta's still the protected one of this group. And I don't mean it mean, because he's the baby.
Yeah,
he's the one that's going to do so much more in the future. The other guys are long in the tooth.
Yeah. They've been around a lot longer, so they can, they're protecting Yuta, making him get to where he needs to go, but give him those signature matches and wins without any excuses to help build him a great foundation. So I agree with you on that for Eddie. Okay. So the match with Takeshita that was supposed to be on the show was supposed to include Ospreay, and it was going to be Will Ospreay versus Takeshita, just one-on-one. That's why Aussie Open was over here. The plan was to have Ospreay over here as well for the ROH match.
Will's now hurt.
And Will's now hurt. So how big and how monumental, how great would that match have been, even from a perspective of Takeshita at some point goes back to New Japan. We've already set the foundation for what his career has been. He's on a fucking rocket ship up his ass type trajectory with what he can do versus Ospreay, it would have tore the roof off the place.
Would have been the match of the night, if not
the weekend. I would say it would push the weekend boundaries or the year.
Was going year, yeah.
Yeah, year, but weekend as well.
Weekend,
everything going on, but things just don't work out too well with that. So,
but it's time.
It's time, baby. It's time. It's time.
Whoa, WrestleMania.
Oh.
Do you guys not remember that song from '93?
If nobody, I remember that. I think
I really want to play it. Like that's exactly what it was. But Spotify or somebody will ding us, and I don't.
Yeah, we don't need to do that. But
I like that better than Bad Bunny saying, "I'm going to WrestleMania." I'm going to WrestleMania. These stupid songs they play now. It'll make it something about it because it was me and Gene Okerlund saying. First he said something about Survivor Series, and then it's like, "Get ready, it's WrestleMania," and then the big boss man was like, "I'm gonna take my nightstick and shove it up your ass."
and you got fucking Nailstone saying the same thing. But no, I agreed. I miss those old school, like just the flashing of the superstars, or like superstars giving that brief promo at the beginning of shows type
right
intros. I miss that so much because I thought that always made it even more special. That type of thing. And it's a nice little spotlight for the wrestlers, but we digress.
Is the title on the line?
It's up to you.
You're the champ.
I'm the champ. How confident are you feeling, challenger?
Extremely.
Extremely? Fine. The champ will put the title on the line. No, not at all.
Oh, but yeah, I got my nuts are as big as Mrs.
So not that big.
You can ask Maurice that too.
Well, let me give you a high five before I do that. I'm more than willing to defend the title.
I want a title shot.
You want a title shot? All right. Title shot's on the line. It's here. 13 matches. Night 1, night 2. Shall we begin?
We shall, because this is... Oh, all right. Let's go.
All right. We're going to start with what is opening up WrestleMania on the grandest stage of them all. The United States Championship match. Austin Theory, John Cena. Who you got?
Listen, I've been boasting in months ago. We're like, hey, if Austin doesn't win, he looks like a schloat. If he does win, he looks like a dink. This is Austin's match to lose. It really is. This is going to give him the rocket ship up his ass then.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe in a week or so, he'll lose the U.S. title. And it won't even matter.
Yeah.
Because of other things trickling down the line. So I got Austin.
A month ago, I was excited at the prospect of seeing Cena win this title and then lose it to somebody else the night after WrestleMania. I would love that. But
I still wanted to be Bronson Reed, but yes.
Agreed. But I'm in the same boat as you. I think this is Austin Theory's match to lose. I think he wins this match because I don't think Cena's hanging around past 8:30 or what, because he's got to go whenever it starts. He's got to go back to Australia to begin filming. So I don't think Cena's hanging around that often. I think that's why they put it match 1, night 1. I'm just playing reality on this one. Austin Theory's winning this, getting his marquee win. To your point, I think he could lose the U.S. title very soon, though. And to who? Maybe it's to a debuting Brian Cage, or maybe it's to Bronson Reed, or it's maybe some other surprise like a Shinsuke. Who knows? But the opportunities are out there now for him to lose it. So,
or maybe a returning Randy Orton.
Which is a good point too, because he has arrived in LA, ladies and gentlemen. Convenient.
Or Big E. Did you watch any of Wheel of Fortune this week, by the way?
No, it did not. Well, I did see the clip of the playing with balls or whatever that was. Did you see that one?
No. Listen, because Kelly loves the Wheel of Fortune, and for some reason, we normally, spend some time. But it's like our show that we watch together.
Yeah.
This week we forgot it was on. Last Sunday, Kelly's like, "Hey, don't forget WWE Superstars on Wheel of Fortune." I'm like, "Yeah, we're fucking watching Wheel of Fortune anyway. We watch Wheel of Fortune every week." She worked every night. I had stupid shit to do. We forgot Wheel of Fortune existed to even go back and watch it on Hulu. I don't watch any of them. I watch clips and here. I don't know. And I don't know if you can go back and watch Wheel of Fortune. It's like one of the syndicated shows.
Yeah, you can't really.
Unless somebody recorded and put them on YouTube.
You're not going to see it.
I get to see shit of
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that's fair. I saw they were going to be on it, but I didn't make time to go sit down and watch it this week. I did see the
old man that likes the boat is red. You're not there yet.
Yeah, I'm almost there. I'm playing word games, all right? I'm definitely getting on that horse. I play Wordle and fucking the small condensed New York Times crossword. Have you ever played that online yet?
No.
That's kind of fun, actually.
I know a lot of words, Jenks. Have you not been around for 2 years?
Do you act like I know a lot of words? There's enough hints to piece together words, and then I'm just shooting letters into the fucking thing to hope for the best at that point. But I digress. The only clip I saw was there was one where Drew's partner was trying to pick. It was like playing with something, and the final letters were LLS. So she said playing with balls. Xavier's laughing his ass off because of this. It wasn't right. I can't remember what the fuck the actual word was, but it was a hilarious clip. I did not watch it though. Outside of that,
damn it, I have to find that. All right.
Anyways,
one match.
We got through one match. Got sidetracked. Anyways, let's go. Let's go here because this story has been kind of trash. SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte, Rhea. I don't think this is a night one main event. I think what else is going on is the night one main event. I think for the love of God, hope Rhea Ripley is winning this match, and that'll be my prediction for it. It's Rhea's time. Let's give her the title. Let's not pull WrestleMania 36 bullshit like we did before.
Agreed on everything you just said there. We're going to get blast back, I believe, from this WrestleMania from not having a woman at a main event.
Yeah.
We are not. I would imagine it's not. Neither one of these championships were built enough to be a main event. I also think once Rhea wins, there's not Judgment Day anymore. Because I think there's going to be more to come here in the near future once we talk about something. She goes to SmackDown. Unless we're going to have that everybody can go wherever, whenever they want. And it's kind of been like that, but they're still kind of saying that Judgment Day is a Raw brand. I think Judgment Day is done. But it's Ripley's match. Agreed.
Judgment Day is barely held together right now.
I know. I know.
And yeah, I know you know, and I know everybody else knows. And Damian Priest needs something to do because he's getting
this poor bastard hit. Hey, welcome to WrestleMania season. You got nothing to do. Oh yeah, you can be in the Giant Battle the night before on SmackDown and get eliminated. You're not going to win either.
Yeah, you're going to get eliminated by Bobby Lashley or somebody as Mark breaks his microphone or whatever the hell he's doing over there.
Son of a bitchin' microphone. Like I don't. Whatever.
We've made it through 2 matches and we've got sidetracked and Mark's broken his microphone. So this is going well.
Yeah.
The excitement is palpable in this thing, but whoa.
WrestleMania. No, go ahead.
Let's move on to the other thrown together match that's going on here this evening, and it's what's called the Men's Showcase Tag Team Match. Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Street Profits, Alpha Academy, Mark's face is hilarious, and Viking Raiders. Mark, who's winning this?
I was on the final count with our buddy Ryan Mosley, giving some predictions. I didn't do everything. I did some. And I broke this match down for this reason. The Viking War Raiders have been shit since they've come up from NXT. They're on and off again. Why would they want to win? Listen, Otis is going to be a model. How are you going to give the win to Alpha Academy?
Yeah.
The Bald, the Beautiful are probably going to be the ones getting the win because, listen, the Street Profits, not on a bad note, but are breaking up because Ford has a rocket already in his ass.
Yeah.
I hope Nicholas comes out and beats everybody up and gets the win himself. I hate this match.
Yeah. It's a dumb match.
But because of everything I just said, the only team that's got momentum is Braun and Ricochet, for the love of God. Is that who I'm going to pick to win this shit show of a match?
Is it?
It really is.
I can't argue with any points you just made. I really want to pick the Street Profits just for the fact that it's a momentum thing for when the breakup happens, if it's just a mutual parting of ways. But I got to go Braun Strowman and Ricochet for this reason and this reason only. What is your end game for breaking them up if it's not somebody's backstabbing the other person in the Street Profits? And I don't think that's going to be the case on Monday Night Raw. I think it's just, hey man, I think this has run its course. We just lost. Let's go our separate ways and see what we can do as single stars. Yeah. I think that's the course they take. So they have to lose this match for that to, I think, be a relevant kind of storyline in my mind. I hate picking the same way you are, but I am going to. It's going to be Strowman and Ricochet on this.
But do you really care? Are you going to be, oh man, wait till this match is on?
This is going to be a bathroom break match.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
So.
For WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Not just me or you.
For WrestleMania.
Yeah. This is, and I don't care if you want to bring up the women right now too, because it's just as shitty.
Well, let's go to the women. Let's go right there. The 6-woman tag. Becky, Lita, Trish versus David.
I was meaning the 4-woman match.
Oh, you went to. Oh, well, that's on night 2. I was going by night 1, night 2. So.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, I'm going to go to the 6-woman tag, which honestly we've talked about. It's a Women's Hall of Fame showcase match. We've talked about it's already been given away what might be happening. So is it essentially a bathroom match as well? I feel like it is.
Trish is causing a breakup. I mean, first and foremost, again, the titles are just lost in this.
Yeah.
Absolutely lost in this. So it's already been said Trish gets Becky at SummerSlam. Boom. So this is Becky's path now for the next 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what if she's done to the WWE?
Yeah.
She could be like, man, this is a Hall of Famer. I idolize her. Cool, but you're Becky fucking Lynch. You just came out and said you have a couple more years before. Listen, you have a baby. You want to spend time with it. Blah, 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 blah. And by the way, I keep forgetting, and I'm saying this mean, and I don't mean it mean, how old the 4 horsewomen are. Like, they've now been in the business for 20 years. And to me, they're still babies.
Yeah. They seem like they're still babies because they've only been around, 7 years in WWE alone.
Right.
But you're right. They've been around. Becky's 38, 39, something like that.
Charlotte's in her 40s.
40s. Bailey's probably, I think, younger 30s. I think Mercedes just turned 30, 31 or something like that. She was the youngest.
Yeah.
She's the baby. I would agree with you. They're going to start moving on. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte moves on here after WrestleMania and just says, okay, I had the 14th title reign. Bye.
Yeah, listen, she's already said she wants babies with Andrade.
Yeah.
Bailey's going to get married pretty soon, and she's going to it's going to happen. They're going to be gone.
They're going to be gone, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but this match is... I don't know if I want to say Damage Control wins because that Trish turns on Becky or this happens afterwards, because the tag titles in this just makes it all a mud hole. Because how are we getting this to happen? Or do they get the win and then tomorrow they lose the tag titles to the team that's going to win the 4-way fatal match, essentially, and then that's where she turns? The turning happens Saturday or Monday to set this up for a long term. I don't know. I give it the Damage Control to win. I really do. And it's just, it leads to Trish either turning that night or Monday night.
I'm going Damage, but I'm gonna say Trish turns Saturday night. To me, you have to do it on the big. I guess after WrestleMania you could do it, but I think the bigger stage, the bigger impact, right? So that's kind of where my head went. So I'm going Damage Control.
Does she go with Damage Control then?
Well, that's the flip side of this. Does Trish go to Damage Control and they kick Bayley out on Monday? Wouldn't that be something? Because now you're transitioning.
Got to win. So why would you kick Bayley out?
Weak link. Let's be honest. Bayley has been the only one not winning matches consistently. Io just lost, yes, but they did have the tag titles just recently. Or let's go to that point. They kick out the weakest link in this whole thing. Maybe Trish and Bayley have a pact together. Maybe they kick out Dakota and.
No. You do not. I will defend Dakota. You do not kick out Dakota.
Listen, I don't want them to kick out Dakota, but if everybody likes Dakota, they'll kick out Dakota, right? So I completely agree with you. Don't harm Dakota or Io, but they're going to do it somehow. So there's some way that this is going to pull out. I think Trish is going to become a mastermind of sorts to Damage Control somehow, or some sort of guru type thing. I think that's where this plays into. And that's coming out Monday.
So down the road, does Damage Control get the titles back?
Yes, but I guess the question is, what iteration does Damage Control get the titles back?
All right. I'm just annoyed now. I understand. I understand that, but then like Damage Control itself then has the titles 3 times, and all of their runs have been horseshit. And if it's Damage Control, Bayley, and Trish, is it just to have Trish? And it is, because now I'm talking myself into this, and I'm going to vomit that she's a fucking tag team champion, too.
Yeah. When we could have solved all of this, Mark.
Yeah, we could have solved it all
4 weeks ago by making Trish and Lita the tag team champions, and it would have made sense. Yeah, and it would have made sense. And hey, listen, if that happened 4 weeks ago, this 6-woman tag makes way more sense, and we wouldn't be complaining about it as much right now.
We hate it.
We hate it right now. If they would have let Trish and Lita win the tag titles 4 weeks ago, we wouldn't hate it as much.
Right, because we know it's just the one. I still say the only person getting hurt out of this win, lose, or draw is Becky.
Yeah. Yeah, Becky's getting the shaft.
Out of all this whole storyline, Becky's the one that is going to look weak.
Yep.
Ugh. And she's the strongest player in the game. No, and we both love Bayley. Yeah. I love Dakota. Io's still a work in progress. And the legends I could give a shit about.
Let's get off of this because we could go. Mark's pissed. We actually could have gotten probably down deep rabbit holes with this. I have another thought on it, but we're getting out of there. Did we think we were going to go down that deep rant with that? No, absolutely not. But here we go. Let's go back. Let's bring it up. Let's go to Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, a match that can steal the show. I'm sitting here. I'm looking at this. Logan shouldn't win this. I got to go with Seth, but I'm not fully convinced by this that it's fully Seth. I think just the caliber of himself, I think Seth wins this match, but I could see them pulling the wool over our eyes and giving Logan a win here.
I don't think this is over.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't think it's a continuous storyline, though.
Mm-hmm.
Seth wins via DQ because Jake comes out and punches Seth.
Okay.
Jake Paul will be at WrestleMania. His name has been brought up by both of them on 2 different shows.
Okay.
Jake Paul wraps this around. This might be brought back around as a SummerSlam match, or maybe even, I don't know what's next. WrestleMania Backlash in Puerto Rico or whatever.
Yep.
Not happening there. But it could happen the next one, which is Roadblock at Jenks's house.
King and Queen of the Ring is in Saudi Arabia. this could be a showcase match in that. These two could be a part of the King of the Ring tournament.
Yeah.
And that could be a showcase at that point. So I like your thinking on that. I would also take it to the step further of Logan Paul, the contract apparently is up. So until they get pen on paper,
right,
it would make more sense for Seth to take the win here just in case you don't get Logan Paul secured for another multi-match deal. Again, it's not like he's a talent that he's going to be there every week.
But yeah.
But I'm sure it is too, because it's way too much good of an opportunity and publicity for Paul to lose this. And hell, he's not bad in the ring, so and he's doing good on promos, and he's hated as a heel. People are liking it. It's working out for both parties in this.
He's hated enough that, we actually like him.
Exactly. So YouTubers success, apparently. Oh. They've broken the Can Crushers.
Yep, Spotify success.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait, I'm the high ground professional wrestling.
You're the announcer. You've got all the success in the world right now.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, we have to talk about the family feud. Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, I thought you were going to make me buzz in for the number one answer.
No, well, yeah, this is the number 2 answer on the WrestleMania card. We'll get the number 1 in a second. Rey versus Dominic. I think you went 2 in a row, actually, so I have to go 2 in a row here.
Matter.
Who cares? But I'm going to go Rey Swan Song. This is Dominic's win. It's not... I'm going Dominic in this one.
Are you really?
I'm going Dominic. I think Rey puts over Dominic with the win.
This is what
I'll take it.
He is just getting into the Hall of Fame. You're just going to do this pomp and circumstances the night before.
Did they not do this with Ric Flair?
Yeah, but it.
And you don't think? Old. You think though? You don't think Ray's going to be there like, I want to put my son over before I walk out of this business?
This isn't over. This is not their last match.
Okay. I think it is.
This is not their last match.
I'm thinking it is.
So you're saying WrestleMania tonight, last night for you hooligans, as Ray goes in and says, peace out, I'm wrestling tomorrow, and it will be my last match ever. And then Little Dom gives him the suck it, rips off his mask. We're going to see WCW Ray all over again, and he walks away, and the family cries in the ring.
Family cries in the ring on Monday Night Raw.
Excuse me! No, he's still under contract.
I love
Not
it.
Well, under contract, but he's still under
I love it. I think so. I think the plan all along was for Ray to have one match with Dominic, which is fine. I don't think it's to put Ray over. It's to put Dominic over. And I think it's to give Dominic the rub here.
It's needed. I agree.
And I think I think Ray pushes for this to be the case, that Dominic gets the win over him.
Because he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He loves his son. He knows his son would need this kind of win. And he's
more than a fucking win over him.
I would agree, but Dominic also has started coming into his own on the mic, whether we like it or not.
But not in the ring.
Doesn't matter. The ring can come with it. It's baby steps. I think Ray's putting him over, and I think this is the last we're seeing of Rey Mysterio.
Bite your tongue on that.
I don't think they put him in the Hall of Fame if he's still an active wrestler from for a full-time active wrestler. I don't think Ray goes in the Hall of Fame.
But this isn't the last time we see Ray.
Oh, we'll see Ray pop up once in a while.
We said the last time we were going to see Edge is when he retired because he couldn't do shit with his neck, and Brian Danielson, and all of that. Ray is going to be around.
All right. I just think Dominic's getting a win here.
I just think Ray is, because I don't think this is over yet.
Okay, that's fair.
It's the first time they're going to be in the ring. There's got to be a blow-off.
I don't think it goes past this, but we can debate it all day. But we'll go from there.
He actually puts his career on the line. And his
all right.
Fucking turns on him.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, fair.
Every SummerSlam in Detroit is going to be amazing.
I hope it is. And if these matches are happening, then fantastic. But I don't know. Right now, I just feel like They're not going to announce things. So
I'm announcing everything.
You announce everything. I'm just saying they're not announcing the final match. But we digress. Let's go to the number one.
Night one.
We're almost through night one. Let's go to Mark's number one answer for Family Feuds. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's what we think is main event of night one, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Usos, are they feeling Usy enough to dethrone what has been the phenomenal run of what Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but Sami Zayn in particular, has done with the Bloodline? KO, Sami Zayn versus the Usos.
So I'm going to say we're only going to be different on the Ray and Dom match for night one.
I think so. I don't know if you're throwing me a curveball here or not, so I'm trying to.
No, I'm definitely going KO and Sammy. Come on.
Okay, fair. All right.
You're going KO Sammy as well, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Because I think this leads up to tomorrow night, which is Sunday night, as well, because there more could come from this match. There could be an injury that keeps one person out, but another main eventer ends up being lingering around and may cost the head of the table match to change the whole atmosphere of the Bloodline. I don't know, though. But let's just talk about this match.
Okay.
I think this just has been... It's nice to see from ROH until now. I think this is probably... KO's had a heavyweight championship. Sammy's been cool Intercontinental U.S. champion. They've had nice little runs. I think if you ask them in 20 years when they come on Can Crushers for a spotlight, because they're out of their WWE contracts, I'm allowed talking to them, and I'm 69 for the love of fuck. I bet you they say this is probably one of their favorite stories they've ever done together, and winning the tag team titles together because they're brothers, essentially, means more to both of them winning a heavyweight championship. This is something for their heart. KO and Sammy.
Agreed. This is, I'll go down the route of as well. This is the sign off that the story needed. It needed Sami Zayn, the final act of the story needed that storybook ending. Sami Zayn and KO out, overcoming the Bloodline, overcoming the two biggest thorns in Sami's side during the Bloodline. Because we can call it Roman because he's the head of the table, but let's be honest, until War Games, it was Jay. Jay was in disbelief. Jay didn't believe him, things of that nature. When Sami pulled the trigger, we saw Jimmy basically go right after Sami, showing that he was never fully trusted, bless you, Mark, with being in the Bloodline.
Hide that.
You're good. But it's going to come full circle. Sami, KO get the tag titles. I think you're right. 20 years down the line, when they're reminiscing with us, they're going to be like, yep, that was our greatest moment we've ever had. Or 24/7 or an Icons or A&E biography on their lives. Whatever it is, this is going to be a part of it. It's just too picturesque. And I would put it on the level of, if another thing happened at the end of night two, I think this is comparable to even a Rumble winner winning a world title. Just the way everything has been built up and the way it has been delivered.
Agreed. We have said this for months now. This is the greatest wrestling storyline ever.
Yeah.
And we're not going to ever... I don't think we're going to pull that away.
No.
I think what happens this night and what's to come on Sunday, it is just amazing. So let me stir the pot real quick before we get to night two.
Do it.
Some have said KO turns on Sami and leaves Sami in the middle of the ring, essentially not closing the story up for either one of them yet. For me, they're the sub characters, and you're like, Sami Zayn is not a sub character. in the tag team storyline, he is. Down the line, there could still be something with Roman, but it all closes up.
Yeah, the story to be told. I like how you're saying they're the sub characters but the tag team, because there's a story to be told there. There's a story with the bloodline and how it goes forward and potentially fractures after WrestleMania as a whole.
Yeah.
That's what makes them a footnote, because they are Sammy and KO become the catalyst in the first crack in that foundation of the bloodline. When we get to night 2, when we talk about Rhodes and Reigns, we need to dive into that promo that Cody Rhodes said, where he started listing off how the people would leave the bloodline, because that's how the people will leave the bloodline, in that order. Foreshadowing 101. That's why you hire a Marvel exec to do your long-term storytelling.
You're not ready yet.
Yep.
You lost the match before WrestleMania.
Yep.
Ready.
Exactly.
Night 2 of Whoa!
Whoa!
WrestleMania.
Mania.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to start with, let's get it out of the way. The bathroom break. Well, one of the bathroom break matches, I think, for the night. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Ronda and Shayna versus Natalya and Shotzi versus Chelsea and Sonya. We're calling it the bathroom match because these ladies were just thrown together. It's very obvious who the one team is going to be coming out of this. It's nothing against these women.
A lot. I don't think they're
not
shit for anything.
No, and so I think it's just the way things are going to play out here.
Neither one of us like this. The Team Ronda gets the win.
Yep.
I think it would have told more of a story if it was Chelsea and Sonya or Chelsea and Carmella or anybody like that, because you would have all right, you could see that they're trying to build something.
Yep.
Listen, they're going to put the titles on Team Ronda at some point, and then, again, it's not going to mean anything because they're not going to have them long, but I'm done.
Yeah, they're not going to have them long, and let's be honest, when they're in the ring, it's going to be Shayna until Ronda comes in and gets the submission.
The win.
The win. You could pick and choose who you think is going to tap out. I think the leading candidate right now, Vegas should be running odds on who's going to tap out to Ronda. I could see Chelsea being the one doing it, Shotzi being the one doing it. They're not going to do it to Natalya. It's just going to be
to Natalya, and that's the downfall.
Yeah, that is. But I don't think they're going to go that.
It hurts the other ones. It hurts a returning Sonya. It hurts your building up Chelsea. Shotzi's still young. You don't want to have either one of your big faces of Raquel or Liv, because I think they still are faces, lose.
Yep.
Nat takes the loss. What does it matter? It's Nat. She's got the name recognition. She can build it back up. She hasn't done shit in 10 years anyway. And I hate to say it like that. Tell me the last thing that you're like, oh my God, Nat was amazing in that.
There isn't any. I think the last thing might have been Charlotte Nat in NXT when they went toe-to-toe for the title. That was the last time, and that was 2014, 2013, 10 years. So, yeah.
It's just, don't hurt the youngsters or somebody that just came back or into as you're trying to build up as a threat at some point. Listen, Chelsea is not a threat to either title as of yet. We know that. But you're building her. You got crazy ass Liv. You got a powerhouse of Raquel that we don't even know if she's a powerhouse anymore. Shotzi's your lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
And who'd I miss?
Chelsea, Sonya.
Oh, Sonya.
Yeah.
Sonya just got some bad rep on her that you need to keep her kind of swept under the rug. I mean, she's all clear of everything, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's move on. Let's go to the next one. Brock and Omos, and I'm going Brock Lesnar. I don't think they're going to pull the trigger. I know I teased it a couple of weeks ago and said, oh, watch them give Omos the victory and blah, blah, blah. Brock Lesnar is F5ing a 7 foot, whatever fuck tall this Omos is. 7'2" guy. That's what this match is. This is a showcase of 6 minutes. So Brock Lesnar can German suplex Omos and F5 him into oblivion. Plain and simple.
If Brock doesn't win, this is...
We riot. But go on.
We riot. This is that guy that's standing outside once Brock beat The Undertaker, looking again.
Yep.
What do you do with Omos once he beats Brock Lesnar? Do you want to see him? Let's just throw Brock Lesnar's opponents back as Omos opponents. Do you want to see Omos against Braun Strowman?
We saw that. It didn't go well.
Do you want to see Omos Randy Orton? Omos CM Punk? Omos... And, listen, you understand this.
Yeah.
Do you want to see Omos against Giant Gonzalez? Do you want to see Omos against the Heady Kid? No, you just don't want to see Omos.
Yeah. Omos hasn't done anything worthwhile. And let's be honest, he's faced a majority of Brock Lesnar's most recent opponents. Bob, Randy, Gable, list them all out. He's faced every one of them except for Roman Reigns, and I seriously doubt, I really hope they don't make him if Cody was to walk out of WrestleMania with that title, they don't make Omos the number one contender after that. For God's sakes, I hope that doesn't happen if he beats Brock. But you know what I'm saying?
In my mind, your eyes are huge right now.
They have to be, because
at me.
We now know Vince is back. So why not put that fucking 7'2" Omos in the title hunt if he beats Brock Lesnar?
Please move along.
I'm just pissing off Mark, doing it, getting him set up for a great night.
This alcohol is all out of my system now because of the last 3 things that we've talked about.
Let's go something fun.
Okay.
How about big meaty men slapping meat for the Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah.
Gunther, Drew, Sheamus. What you got?
The only one, and this is going to sound mean, the only one I don't want to win this is Drew.
Yeah, fair.
I want Sheamus to get his moment, but if he doesn't, listen, we love Gunther. We do. We want him to win this because then, again, we're using Rocket's red glare all over the place today. Doesn't even go with Gunther, but you know what I mean. This is just a big match for Gunther and the win and on the showcase and to get him down the line. Again, could Gunther lose this in a week or a month? Yep, and it's not going to hurt him because we're going to look at this match and say, okay, he beat the shit out of those two guys, and then he had a main event match against whomever down the line in 2 months. What happened in between? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So this is Gunther's to win. I really, really believe so. Does Sheamus in time end up with the IC title? It would be a travesty if he doesn't.
Yeah.
Honesty. Gunther.
Going Gunther too, because I think this is going to start. We reset the calendars in wrestling lore at this time every year. This is next year's the year of Gunther because I firmly believe he will be main eventing WrestleMania next year. Against who? Who knows? Gunther is going to get that rocket ship on his ass. And SummerSlam...
Main eventing one night.
One night. Yeah, he's not going to main event both nights, but...
No shit, Sherlock. But I don't think it's the main event next year.
Well, I think he is... Well, I don't know. I think he might be the main event next year.
Yeah.
So, but... I think this is the year of Gunther. Gunther is picking up a bunch of huge wins this year. The Intercontinental title will get lost. I think Sheamus could be the one to take it off of him. They're going to do shit. Yep, exactly. So let's strap the rockets to Gunther's ass. Gunther's on a trajectory here. I think he's in a good path. This is his year. Gunther gets that signature win at WrestleMania.
Touche.
All right. Let's go Raw Women's Championship, Bianca and Asuka. I think Bianca, we're playing the game. It's all in the chase. And I think it's time for Bianca to chase the title again. I think Asuka, even though the build has not been great, has not been spectacular, I think Asuka's legitimate enough to take it off of Bianca for now, have Bianca chase it for the summer. We revisit this at SummerSlam. I'm going to Asuka.
We revisited at SummerSlam with the same results.
Yeah.
Because then, as I said, Becky Lynch gets back involved, and then this wraps back around to Asuka's going to get a year-long run again. I really believe that. It gets wrapped back around where Becky finally is out of this horrible booking that she's in right now. And then we revisit this, hey, you know, I've had some shit to do, but we haven't crossed paths. And they have not crossed paths, which is cool. They kept them separated. Hey, we haven't crossed paths in a while, da-da-da-da-da. Remember when I just gave you the title because I was preggers? Your turn.
I think it also plays into their history together, a history that I don't think WWE ever intended making happen, but has made happen, where we go back to Becky losing to Asuka at the Rumble, and then they revisit it the next year when Becky's the champion, and now the whole giving her the title when Asuka wins Money in the Bank. I think it's a history that they have been writing in a sign-off at next year's WrestleMania that would be to the bone really great. And honestly, let's be honest, Bianca's going to start chasing that SmackDown women's title because I think that's the next one on her horizon.
Yep.
And it could be Mommy and her next year at WrestleMania going for that one. So we may have 3 of the 4 women represented in next year's WrestleMania, represented in this year's WrestleMania championship matches. But that's
Agreed.
because they are the upper echelon of the company right now. And there's no one else. I can see that they're pushing to the moon to unseat them from that position. So
we've already said Charlotte's got $1 million under her thing. She wants to do a family pretty soon.
Yep.
Bayley, listen, Bayley is good in her roles that she does right now. She is a legend as well. She's in charge of the tag titles, essentially. She's always around them. So she's got that. So, yeah, I agree. Nicely put.
Yep. All right. Hell in the Cell. Brood Edge versus Demon Finn Balor. The Brood's going to be there.
And Tony Khan has said, hey, Christian Cage, you can go do this one-off.
Yeah. So we're getting a full-on Brood entrance.
By the way, Gangrel is already there.
Gangrel's there.
He's my friend and everything. Yeah.
Christian has landed probably in San Diego and will be transported by dark vehicle or limousine with tinted windows to where he needs to go, to SoFi Stadium. So that's where we're at with that. Hopefully they put a wig on Christian just so he has long hair again. Just hoping for that personally, but that's my whole thing. But who do you got in this match?
I think because of what we said earlier with Ripley and everything, like this needs to end. End. Edge gets this win, and maybe we don't see Demon or Finn for a little bit because of this, essentially putting, and I have Dom losing, essentially putting that little bit of crack in Judgment Day just so they're fucking broken up, and Priest just goes MIA for a little bit. Like, I think this is, everybody's like, oh, this is the end of the Bloodline. I think this is the end of the Judgment Day Mania more than the end of the Bloodline. What does it do if Finn wins? I will twist that to you once you tell me that you're picking Finn.
I am telling you I'm picking Finn because
I know you are, because I saw your eyes.
Yeah. I think they have to reestablish the Demon character, and they're going to do it in this match. I think to that point, they need to make this a prominent figure. Now, loved your synopsis. This is more about the breaking up of Judgment Day versus the breaking up of Bloodline, because I will agree with that. The Bloodline breakup is not at WrestleMania. It's the aftermath of Mania. I think you can get there with Judgment Day as well, because I don't think going to the Demon persona is going to lend well to being in Judgment Day, unless we were at the beginning of it again, where last year we talked about, what if they followed Finn around because he was the demon character? He can summon the demon character when he needs to be. Had they done this a year ago, this would have been a fantastic storyline. But I think now Demon Finn's coming back. It's too much of a fan favorite. Damien's not happy. We're going to play the Damien's not happy with his role. And obviously he should not be, because he's missing out on WrestleMania. Attack on Finn. Dominic could try to reinforce himself as the lead or in a leader position or something. You could roll your eyes.
I did roll my eyes. No way Dom's going to be a leader.
It hurt me to say that, but I'm trying to play off the storylines here. I think there's ways to break up Judgment Day without Finn losing. I think they have to reestablish the demon character, so I'm picking Finn here.
I like that, and I agree, because they have the downfall. They've ruined the demon character.
Yeah, with that whole Roman and demon thing that happened, when the fucking grinding on the ground and that type of bullshit. Yeah.
What does this do? So Edge loses and he's gone again.
Yeah.
The SummerSlam, because didn't he say, where's SummerSlam? It's in Detroit.
Right. Yeah.
But where is he retiring in Toronto? There's something he's retiring this year in Toronto.
Oh, you did bring that. He did say that, didn't he?
So I don't know if it's a pay-per-view or if it's just they booked a Raw to be in Toronto or whatever. This is Edge's swan song too. We keep forgetting that.
Yeah. No, that's a valid point. I didn't even think of that. I'm trying to.
Because he can't be off the books that long. Then.
Yeah, he has to be.
The downfall is, if Balor loses the demon is worthless anymore.
Agreed. Balor has to win. It's not.
Maybe Kane comes and rips the door off and beats both of their asses, and then we're good to go.
Maybe it's Damian Priest. He just becomes Kane 2.0. Nothing's, from what I'm seeing from this list I randomly pulled up, I don't see anything. However, I will say TBAs are for War Games and the Rumble still. So I could see War Games Survivor Series being that swan song.
Yep.
Of sorts. But we'll get there when we get there. Main event time.
So we have two different so far.
We have two different. The two that are separating us are Dom and Ray.
It's the
Edge
fucking
and Finn. It's the fucking storyline. The Judgment Day is fucking us over. Judgment Day has come due for one of us.
For one of us. Well, we'll find out.
Yeah. So next week's title of the show should be Judgment Day comes due for whoever loses this match. Loses this. So.
Comes due for James.
Mark. I think you misspelled your name. M-A-R-K. But we'll get there when we get there. All right. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Cody Rhodes.
Nope.
No?
I've bitten into this. You
All
can't not. You can't have both of them.
Okay.
You can't have both of them lose. Some shenanigans are at foot. Have it be Jay or something. You tell me. And listen, I love Cody. I want Cody to win. This is the greatest storyline. Why can't we extend it one more? To Backlash, and he gets another shot or something. That I know it's a shitty pay-per-view to win your fucking title at or whatever. There's money. There's money to continue this. The money is in the chase, right? We say that over and over and over. if Jay just screws Cody over and says, it's not your time, and then we get that again or something, in my heart of hearts, I have a fucking Dusty tattoo. I have the Brotherhood tattoo. By the way, I opened it up. I have the Dusty figure. I want Cody to win this, and I will celebrate on my losing the fucking title again if this is a match that makes me lose and Cody wins. I just think for the business, what is best for the business? Plus that 1,000 is so big for Roman. To say that he held it for 1,000, then he loses it 1,001 at a Madison Square Garden pop-up event or whatever that's fucking fake. Plus, it doesn't matter. As Roman gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, the Bloodline music hits and then it stops, and you set up the main event for next year of Rock and Roman at WrestleMania 40 because it's an even number, because that's the way that WWE actually works. And Roman can drop the title 16 times in between now and then because it's never going to be dubbed a title match. It is a head of the table match next year to close out WrestleMania 40. But I want Cody to win.
I know.
So bad. I do. But there's just that booking. Because then he loses it, whatever, and then he can take that time off and he doesn't have to be there until WrestleMania. Because we know, it's been out there. Roman is taking time off after Mania. It doesn't say the night after Mania or whatever. He is going to take time off. It's just win.
That's fair. I think so.
This isn't going to be on until fucking 12:30, 1 o'clock.
I know. So let's break this down. To your Rock point, I've been burned by that so many times. I can't put stock in it, but I would love it if it happened. Great, fantastic. I would pop at 1 o'clock in the morning, losing my shit.
Even if The Rock doesn't come out.
Yeah.
It could be Randy.
It could be Randy that comes out. Yeah.
Somebody else.
So let's look at it this way. I'm sitting here. There is too many stars aligned for this to be a Cody Rhodes victory, in the sense of he came back to the fanfare last year at WrestleMania. This has been the whole journey this entire time. You beat Seth, you overcome an injury that makes you even more of an enamored with the fans. The fans love you. The fans are growing in love for Cody Rhodes. The Gunther mini match after the Rumble itself plays into that. It also goes back to, we're in Hollywood, baby, and Hollywood loves their stories and they love their happy endings in those stories. So it's a romantic story in its own right. It's a rom-com of sorts. It's a romantic drama or tragedy in some aspects. We're putting full circle on the family name, getting the title that they had so long coveted. We also play into the fact that we can play any game we want with Cody. But we talked about, where does everybody go? What does everybody do? I love that. Yeah, there's money in the chase. There's money in extending it one more pay-per-view. I think that one more pay-per-view is after Roman gets some time off, and it's SummerSlam, because that's when the rematch is going to happen in Detroit. I just feel like Cody's first opponent may be a returning, you said it, Randy Orton in that aspect, which is a whole other perfect scenario for Cody Rhodes to face into. We need to start the bloodline cracking at some point, and it will begin at WrestleMania, but it may not take off until after the rematch at SummerSlam, when things become even more dire, when Roman loses twice, and I'll make that prediction now.
That's huge.
That is huge. And now Roman's questioning himself. He's done. He has no relevancy. How can anybody follow Roman Reigns if he can't beat Cody Rhodes or return and beat Cody Rhodes, right? And then we're gonna see Jay walk away because he's almost there. He's only there for his brother. Then we're gonna see Jimmy walk away because his brother's left, and maybe his brother has some good points as to why he's leaving Roman behind. Solo is going to realize there's nothing here. My brothers have left. Roman's a shell of who he was. He doesn't scare me anymore. I am a monster of sorts. Your advocate, Paul Heyman, is an advocate again, and he may become Solo's advocate because Solo is the future of this business, not Roman Reigns. The beauty is in the storytelling, which WWE has done to perfection with the bloodline. It's a storybook ending that I think we need to close the book on what the bloodline was and what it will become. We close that book here with Cody getting the victory. Then we see what happens after that. The beauty's in the chase, but the beauty's also in the destruction of what was once a strong foundational group.
Is there any tinkering of the contract as we separate these titles soon?
I think, yes, maybe. I think there's going to be a play done on Monday Night Raw. I think there's going to be, you didn't win this one, or honestly, I think they just talk a new era, and I think Cody throws down the Universal title and says, I only wanted this one. You can do whatever you want with this. And maybe it's a meeting of the minds with Triple H. Maybe Triple H comes out to usher in a new era of WWE or whatever. Let's say that. And Cody goes, I don't want this Universal title. I only want this one.
This is
Here
the
you
one
go.
my dad never had.
This is the one my dad never had. I wanted this one. This one means absolutely nothing to me. And we see that one get retired because we've heard there is a new title design or something on the horizon here. Or the big gold belt could be coming back at some good juncture, which is still my heart. I think there's a draft coming up too. So
I think there needs to be a draft.
Oh, I agree with that.
Really, I agree there needs to be a draft.
Yeah.
With what things are happening, have it be KO and Sammy winning, have it be Cody winning or Roman winning, because we're both fucking playing 50-50 here because that's who we are. Either way, I think there needs to be a draft. I think this is the year that separation needs to happen with those titles.
Agreed.
Or if Roman keeps the titles for storylines for him, for if Cody wins the titles and throws one away, and we get the Can Crusher title being represented on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Or is Cody now big enough that he transitions to SmackDown right off the bat, or does he float? There's so much coming out of WrestleMania that I'm so mad, by the way. So bring it back. I'm so mad that really two of the matches are the fucking Judgment Day. It separates us. I had a feeling for about a week now that we were going to go opposite ways on the main event.
I did too. I thought Edge and Finn we might go different ways on. The Dom and Ray one I wasn't sure about. I'm not going to say I thought we were going to go separate ways on that. That's
one I actually don't care about.
I don't either. To me it's going to be interesting to see how they go about that match. And I'd be fine if they want to revisit it another late date and time. Or is it we're just an unannounced retirement? I don't know, but it'll be interesting.
If anything, if it goes that way that Dom wins, I hope Dom just bludgeons Ray and then like the wife throws in the towel.
Yeah. Bring the family into it and make it that way. Yeah, I would agree with that.
But Roman Cody, I don't know. It's just been in my head for a while, and I'm like, man, it's not that because we're going to WrestleMania 40, we want to see Roman Rock or whatever. Listen, I understand that. I am such a fucking mark that I don't want this to end. This has become better than Midnight Rock and Roll Express, better than Freebirds and Von Erichs. Like, there is just so many people engulfed in this that I'm like, I didn't see this lasting this long. Yeah. I didn't see Sami Zayn becoming a mega star. Kevin Owens has always been cool. Has he grown in popularity over this? A little? Not a ton, no.
Right.
The Usos have always been awesome. Roman's been good even since, The Rock took him to school and Cena took him to school. And Cody I love. I just can't separate this. Listen, I want Cody to win, but I'm just playing devil's advocate essentially by taking Roman.
I love it. I love it. And honestly, if Cody loses, I'm not upset about it.
So really, there's only the two matches, essentially. No, there's really only one match then. Because again, like I said, if Dom beats the shit out of Ray and it's cool like that, I'm all right with that. Right. So I'm really not mad if Dom wins.
Yeah.
Just separation. We're not mad about the Cody Roman, whoever wins there. I just don't think it's. I don't know what you do with Edge if he's announced that he's retiring. If you bury him, nobody's going to give two shits. Nobody gives two shits now.
Yeah.
So essentially, the Edge one is the only one that we're probably really, really indifferent about.
Yeah, and what does it's exactly the point. What does it do for either guy when they lose? Because it's either going to damage the Demon character or it's going to really just take all the steam out of Edge, which he hasn't had much recently. It's just what happens in that. And
Edge
it's like,
Randy Orton had me more involved on top of the bus than anything he's done in the last year.
Yeah, and I will still go to bat for that match on paper. That match was better than people think it was. And the hate that it gets is unbelievable. But to that point, Edge in the past year and a half, 2 years, he should theoretically last year at WrestleMania with AJ Styles should have been way better than it was. And I think that's when I just lost the luster for Edge. It was like, how does that match not translate and be better?
Well, and then this has been too long. The whole Edge Beth thing last pay-per-view was thrown together. I don't know.
It was shoehorned.
Yeah. By the way, we didn't talk about anything, and let's do this rather quickly. Returns. We both said Randy at some point.
Yeah, Randy at some point. I think we both mentioned Brian Cage could probably walk through the door. Could see that happen at some point this week, not at WrestleMania or anything, but at some point this week.
Monday, if anything. Monday. And then FTR's Big E. See, that was one I thought would happen on Monday. Like, he'd come out, have a big speech, and be like, I'm cleared to wrestle you all, and I'm coming for you. But here's the thing. I know what you're going to say.
You got Kofi Kingston injured for the New Day. Does it happen now? Him and Xavier? I just don't feel like.
At the same time now. I mean, how long? I'm not saying Kofi's is just an ankle. Like, just a.
But he's significantly injured his injury. Yeah. And he's out. We don't know how long Kofi's out for. So I think, to your point, it happens at the same time, and you get New Day together for one final run.
We don't even see Xavier till all of them either.
Yeah, and I'll put the flip side on this. We haven't really heard an update from Big E in a while. I'm kind of concerned that it's not going to be a good update either. Right. So I think we get an update from Big E sometime this week, and it's either return or it's, guys, I have to hang up the boots, and I'm going to commentary. Which,
for 7 years.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back. And
then FTR, let's see what happens on Wednesday, whether they're coming or going. Anybody else that you can think of that might be I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but I feel like I just need to stop talking for it to kind of trick.
Two things. Do we get any randomness with Bray, even though he's hurt? Poor Bob is not on the card. He's on the card. He might get an LA Knight match thrown in here or there. Like, those are the two I probably feel the worst for, but Bob is in the Battle Royal, so that doesn't mean shinola that he's going to be not at Mania.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out here. I kind of think there's going to be shenanigans about, and I think I threw this out before, tonight in the Battle Royal where we get Bob and LA Knight on night 2.
Yeah.
I think that happens.
Because there's a disconnect on numbers.
Yeah.
There's a
1-7, 1-6. Yeah, exactly.
I agree. And then women-wise, maybe we get an Alexa Bliss pop up. Like there's got to be somebody for Ripley. And I know we said that's probably going to be Bianca. I don't think it's Bianca right off the bat. That's where that draft comes. That's setting up for that later. Maybe Alexa. That's the only big one, because what are you going to do? Say Lacey Evans is going to come out and attack Asuka?
Well,
boy.
You ready for me to piss you off again? Didn't Nia sign a contract when she came back in the Rumble? So isn't Nia Jax kind of waiting in the wings?
I know they had a shirt deal for a hot fucking second, but
I feel like you don't do a shirt deal. I thought I heard somewhere she got a contract. So is she popping up this week somewhere to challenge?
That wouldn't piss me off.
Okay.
But
it wouldn't be your favorite thing in the world either.
But who? I think her getting destroyed by Ripley does more than her and Asuka. I think we've seen her and Asuka, haven't we?
Yeah, Ripley has to be on a tear through the next couple months of just beating people.
Decimating people.
She
does not sniff the Judgment Day after this.
Nope. Doesn't sniff them, and she doesn't get her first real challenge until SummerSlam, in my opinion. But,
yeah.
So...
guys, enjoy the weekend. Starting last night, if you watched it, SuperCard of Honor. Later on today is Stand and Deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Later on today is WrestleMania. Later on tomorrow is WrestleMania. And then the night after Mania. And listen, then we're going to trickle to Wednesday when it's FTR.
And the Guns.
Say this is how we're going to end it, but FTR and the Guns, titles versus careers.
We don't know. And nobody knows what's going to happen. It's
fucking WrestleMania. Point at your sign, Jenks.
Point at the sign. The WrestleMania sign. It's on. It's beautiful. This is why we love this time of year.
I have a sweat. I'm lathered up. Excited. By the way, make sure you listen to all our spotlights on Wednesdays. I don't even know where we are on those because I don't remember who I posted. But Jenks, we'll text, I'm sure. It might be sparse. It might be whatever. Enjoy it with a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
You watch it with a girlfriend. I am now secluded in my house the rest of the weekend. I will only let the doggos OUT. Don't bother me. I love you all. And remember, just because you're trash doesn't mean you can't do great things.
Love you all, too. We're a garbage can, not a garbage can not. Make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them before you sequester yourself for WrestleMania weekend.
Because you never know.